welcome back to another video. My name is Matt and I help people overcome retroactive jealousy. In this video, I want to talk to you about 6 external, that's right, external ways in which you can overcome retroactive jealousy. 6 external things that if you start doing today, it will really aid in calming the anxiety around these intrusive thoughts and therefore allowing you more time to heal, more time to feel peace, and really kind of expedite this process for you in getting to the other side of retroactive jealousy. And I say external things because I talk a lot on this channel about retroactive jealousy being the inside game and all we have to change is the inside, which is very, very true. But there are definitely things on the outside that you can do / maybe avoid doing also that again will expedite this process, will just make things so much easier for you when you can kind of bring everything into alignment as far as calming the anxiety and overcoming this OCD, these OCD thoughts that are taking place. So we'll get to that in today's video. Before we do though, if you could take a quick moment and smash the like button, that'll activate YouTube's algorithm and get this video out to more people that need to see it. So I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you want some more help overcoming retroactive jealousy, check out those links in the description below before you go today. Enroll in any of my courses. I'll give you my email address, absolutely free, and we'll do some one-on-one coaching in order to help get you to the other side. I look forward to helping you out personally. All that information is below. All right, so 6 ways. That's a lot, so let's get to it. Number 1, keep being or start being physically active. Physically active. Do some exercise. Do some movements with your body. Develop a routine. Okay, that's very important. A routine where you can be active most of the week, right? Do some sort of exercise most days a week, whether that's, 4 or 5 days a week, whatever it is. Maybe it can only just be for 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe you have more time and you like doing it and you want to do like an hour, but do something that involves moving your body because exercise is a very, very powerful stress reducer. Not only does it reduce stress, but it actually improves your mood, right? It releases a ton of those good feeling hormones and all that scientific stuff that we won't get into. Yeah, so it reduces stress. It makes you feel good. It boosts, again, confidence levels, right? And so basically adding all that together and having the ability to do that most days of the week, that's going to be a very powerful punch to retroactive jealousy. Very, very powerful punch. When I was struggling with, as most of you know, I run, I love to run, I do races and all these different things. When I was struggling with RJ, my worst times when I was struggling with RJ, I stopped exercising. I stopped doing exercise because it was like, oh, I got to feel better, right? I got to get over these thoughts first. And then I can really put my whole, my whole vision, right? All my energy, that's what I'm trying to say, all my energy into running and doing these things. And I can't put my full focus and energy into running if I'm struggling with these thoughts all the time, right? But the problem was that actually made things worse for me, not moving my body, not exercising more, thinking these thoughts over a whole lot more, just being anxious all the time because of everything that was happening. I didn't allow my body that time to de-stress by doing exercise and things like that. And so when I started, I actually had a race that I had signed up for. So I kind of got to this point, this was in 2017, where it was like, okay, I had to start. Like I had to start working out or I would probably very seriously injure myself by doing this race and not having trained or anything for it. So I started literally like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. And I started running. And I almost used retroactive jealousy as more fuel to go even further in my workouts, using some of the anger I had built up through my RJ and all these, just very hard emotions, right? Very, very high energy emotions that were just kind of tangled up inside of me. I could let them out through my workout. And so it actually made me run better. And then I started finding after I was done running, after I did my start, I was like, wow, I'm thinking, I can think some RJ thoughts right now. And I don't really feel the anxiety. Now, it wasn't an instant fix, obviously, that, the anxiety would come back. But in that moment where I'm like, wow, I can see how overcoming RJ is possible, right? Because now I can, after this workout, stress is released, the anxiety is low, my mood is boosted, I'm thinking an RJ thought, and I'm not getting an emotional response. What? So maybe this is something that can happen all the time. And so when I started incorporating running, and again, it doesn't have to be running, right? It can be anything, any sort of physical exercise. You can do it, pop in a DVD, or I guess that's old school DVD, go on iTunes and download a workout, YouTube workouts, go to the gym, but whatever it is, putting that into like an everyday routine or most day of the week routine and just doing it every single day, I just found to be amazing and helped me out so much in overcoming RJ. So if you're not moving your body, if you're not doing any type of exercise and you're really struggling with RJ, I would recommend adopting some type of exercise plan. Start out small and gradual, but I promise you, you will not regret it. All right, the second one we're going to talk about is sleep. And this is a big one too. Now, obviously, some people can go off of like 5 hours of sleep and feel completely rested. Some people need like 8 hours of sleep, whatever it is. But what amount of sleep do you need that makes you actually feel refreshed, right? And make sure you get that every single night. Really try to aim for that. You know, whether it's going to bed early, waking up early, going to bed at a certain time every night, sleep is very important. I think you'll find yourself too, as I did, the days I didn't get a whole lot of good sleep were the days those thoughts crept in so much easier, right? I was a low energy day because I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. And so those RJ thoughts were like, ha 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 ha, now's our chance, we can take over, right? And so that would really affect your mood. And I think, you know, even obviously now having overcome retroactive jealousy, maybe those of you that still kind of watch this channel that have really overcome retroactive, you can just see in your everyday life how sleep affects, you know, maybe the job that you have, maybe how you interact with your family, maybe you're more grouchy, whatever it is. So not getting enough sleep or not getting good sleep definitely affects our mood, definitely affects the amount of anxiety that we take in. And again, when retroactive jealousy sees that we are in a lack of energy or low energy, that's this time that it can strike. And it's very hard for us to find our way out of RJ, of these thoughts, especially when they're kind of pounding us, hammering us one after another, when we don't have a lot of energy. So make sure you make sleep a priority. The third one is relax a little bit. Use relaxation techniques, okay? And I talk a lot on this channel about meditation and things like that. So yes, meditation's an internal thing, right? But externally, you can learn more about meditation, practice more meditation, practice more mindfulness, or just flat out relax, you know what I mean? Lay on your bed, put in some headphones, get some relaxing music, take some time for you. And that's very, 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 very important. I mean, studies and studies and studies. I don't have to preach to you about meditation, relaxation, mindfulness when it comes to anxiety. It's the cure to, literally the kicker in the butt of anxiety. It helps so much, and I owe meditation and mindfulness, me discovering meditation and mindfulness, because I've never done it before in my whole life. I owe that finding of it and me practicing that. I mean, and helping me overcome RJ, it was like the #1 thing. I mean, maybe not #1, you know, because obviously I had to stop asking questions. I had to stop doing all the OCD habits, but it was just so important. It was so key. And I really think that had I not adopted meditation and these things into my life, or mindfulness practices or breathing practices or all these things, if I had not adopted them in my life, I think I still would have gotten over retroactive jealousy. I think it would have taken a ton more time. I think I would have felt, maybe I wouldn't even not gotten over, because I think the anxiety would have just been so much larger at times and hard to get out of. And so that was the key for me with meditation, was calming the anxiety. And once the anxiety was calmed, I could get these thoughts, not feel anxious responses to them, and therefore there's no curiosity behind them. There's no questioning behind them. There's no need for them to stay around in your head when there's no anxiety. And so that was just such, I mean, I preach all the time. I won't get into it, but meditation, relaxation, mindfulness, read it, study it, and do it. I mean, just a profound effect on your life, overcoming RJ and so many more obstacles in your life. So we're on what, #4, right? Eating healthy, you know, focusing more, you know, just making sure you're getting the, you know, the fruits, the vegetables, all those things have been linked to calming anxiety. And again, you know, all of these are coming back to the anxiety factor, because once the anxiety is calmed around these thoughts, they will not affect us anymore. If you're like a meat eater, like things like fish, all of these have been linked to helping reduce anxiety. So again, if you're on a diet that's, you know, kind of eating anything you want, that's totally fine, but just make sure you throw in some healthy stuff, right? Every once in a while, you know, make a smoothie, a fruit smoothie, something like that, because it really is powerful. I know in my own life, you know, the days where I eat a bunch of crap, I feel terrible the next day compared to days where I maybe eat a little bit lighter, or maybe I have smaller portions, or maybe have more salads and vegetables. The next day I feel so much better, right? So much more alive. And so very, very important to check out your diet and kind of, you know, get it in check as best as you can. The next one is let's cut out the alcohol as best we can. And I don't say that as a way like you have to stop drinking or anything like that, but don't use alcohol as an aid to overcoming RJ. You know, use alcohol as a social thing or whatever. If you just want to have a drink every once in a while or go out with your friends, yeah, that's totally cool, right? But when you're using it as a mask to help try to relieve some of the pain that retroactive jealousy brings, it's not going. It does not work, right? It might offer a temporary relief, but the long-term effects are so much worse. I know for me, alcohol didn't really work well at all. Alcohol made me angry when it came to my RJ. When I went to alcohol and was like, I think I'm feeling a little bit better. Once I started drinking a little bit more and more and more, and then I got to a point where I would just get mad. And I'm like, whoa, okay, this is not good. Not good. And so I cut out alcohol. I mean, pretty much altogether, just in like a social situation when I was out with my partner or whatever. But for it to aid me, like, oh, these RJ thoughts are killing me today, I just need some alcohol, I had to stop it because it just became a problem, an issue. And it's something, again, that it's a mask that covers this up and actually makes it worse, because alcohol is a depressant. And obviously in this case, we're already feeling pretty depressed and a lot of anxiety. The alcohol is simply going to add to it more and more and more the more we turn to it. So if you're using alcohol as a way to try to calm the pain a little bit that you're feeling, I just would not recommend it. And that's just looking out for your own health and your well-being. There's other ways of doing it. So cut out alcohol. The final one, woo, we're almost there. Where are we at? Like 12 minutes into the video. All right, we're almost there. This one was, to me, I wanted to mention it because I think it's very, very powerful. I've mentioned this to a lot of people that I work with one-on-one. It's really changed their lives. It's changed my life too, is do something big with your life. If you're not already doing something big, let's say that. So like start a big project. Maybe that's start a business. Maybe that's something, but do something, start something that's really going to take a lot of your time and energy to do. And the reason I say that is if there's something that maybe you've been putting off, maybe you've been wanting to do, but you know, you're saving it until after you've overcome RJ because you feel like, you know, you're putting these energy into these thoughts and you want to be able to put energy into something else and you won't be able to do that, right? If there's something that you are wanting to do, start doing it now. Start doing it now. Even when you don't feel ready, start doing it now. Especially if it's a big project or something that, you know, is going to take an X amount of hours out of your day for you to really start doing and put your focus on. Because the more we put our focus into something else, the less our focus and attention is on these OCD thoughts as they're coming in. And the less attention we have to these OCD thoughts that are coming in, the less we are reacting to them, the less we are getting stuck in this OCD loop over and over and over again. And therefore, when we're no longer thinking about these thoughts, they start losing their power over us. The OCD starts calming down. We start wiggling our way out of the OCD. And we can start rationally thinking these thoughts, right? Once we're out of that OCD loop, once we break free of it. And again, that's very, very crucial. By not focusing on these thoughts, these RJ thoughts, they stop becoming our default thoughts. And therefore, again, the anxiety calms down. Everything is in our favor. Everything calms down when we stop focusing on these thoughts. We can stop focusing so much on these thoughts when we put our focus into something else, right? Now, that's easier said than done, especially if you're just, you know, in your bedroom and it's like, well, what am I going to focus on, right? And not these thoughts. What can I do? That's why I say start a big project. Start something kind of bigger, something that will take a lot of time. A YouTube channel, right? Something like that. A blog. That's really cool. A lot of people have very successful blogs. There's just, you know, if you're like me and like running, sign up for a half marathon and say, okay, I got to start training. I got to start running a couple hours every day. Like that is my main focus. I got to start eating the right foods. Put your focus into something big. And it just has such a profound effect. I was helping, a gentleman about a month ago, he's doing my one-on-one coaching program, and he had like a meal service business, like healthy meals and stuff that he was wanting to start for so long, but never did because he was suffering from RJ. And we had talked about it a little bit, and he's like, this is something that I really want to do. I just feel like I won't be able to put all my energy and attention into it. And I just said, I think it's just important that you start it now. Don't worry about, not being able to put all your energy, put as much energy as you can to it. And, just start baby steps and just keep doing it every single day as much as you can. And like a few weeks had passed, and we kind of talked throughout this whole time. But at the end of it, he says, starting this business was the best thing that I ever did. Because as I just talked, every single day, I really had to hone in on this. When these RJ thoughts were coming in, I had to say, no, not right now. I got to focus on this. Like my family's life depends on this. My life depends on this. This is my focus. This is my business. I have to do this. It's a big project. If I lose focus on it, right, I might fail, and all this will be for nothing. And literally his brain got on his side when he had that big project he had to work on. And he said, I haven't had an RJ thought in like 2 weeks, he told me. He's like, maybe every once in a while something might pop up, but my energy and my attention is not latched onto it anymore because I've been so focused on this that I could easily let it go and it just goes away. And he said, literally, like starting this project right now and doing this and kind of, staying busy in the process, I've overcome RJ. I mean, it's absolutely incredible when we switch our focus to something else. Just that simple thing, focusing on something else. Isn't that so... It's just so interesting how painful we feel in these thoughts, getting wrapped up in them all, how hard that is. And we can cure ourselves by just focusing on something else. Again, easier said than done, but if you have a big project in front of you, something that will require a lot of time and focus, and you start doing it now, that will automatically get your attention off these thoughts. So powerful, and such a powerful, profound way to overcome RJ. So I'm going to cut this video at that. That's your 6 external ways. It's things you can start doing right now in order to help you overcome retroactive jealousy, get to that other side, get your life back, get your relationship back to exactly how you want it to be, get and break free out of that OCD loop cycle. Include any of these 6 things in your life, and I think, again, you will see the results. They will definitely speak for themselves. If you enjoyed today's video, please take that moment and smash the like button so we can get it out to more people that need to see it. Also, subscribe if you've not already done so. Click the notification bell so you are alerted every time I post a new video. Check out those links in the description below before you go as well if you want any extra help in overcoming retroactive jealousy. It really would mean a lot to me. I'd love to personally help you out. In doing so, all of my courses come with email coaching. I also have a more kind of private, personal coaching program through the WhatsApp platform where we can send audio messages, text messages, video messages back to each other. Yeah, and just get to know you on a more personal level. So please check those out below before you go today. That's it for me for now, everybody. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.